It's been a big week for companies debuting on the ASX this week, but no bigger than Queensland-based LiS Energy, who raised $34 million at IPO, valuing the company at $500 million, and the company soared 210% during its debut session. Joining me today is LiS Energy CEO Dr. Finniear. Lee, firstly, congratulations on such a successful debut. Were you expecting this much success?
We were expecting a strong IPO. We've got some incredible technology. We were absolutely thrilled with the outcome, I have to say. It was one of the strongest ones of the year, I'm told, so that's fantastic.
Lee, can you tell us a little bit about what LiS Energy specialises in?
Yeah, LiS Energy was formed by a collaboration between the PPK Group here in Queensland and Deakin University in Victoria to take two technologies, firstly the lithium sulfur batteries and also boron nitride nanotubes, and use them together to produce a lithium sulfur battery with much greater energy density than the lithium ion battery, but also a cycle life that is comparable to lithium ion batteries. The history is that lithium sulfur batteries traditionally only last maybe 50 cycles before they die, 50 cycles being charges and discharges. So they weren't really much use for many things. And what we've done is extend that cycle life to get a very high energy dense battery, but with a useful cycle life as well.
What will the funds raised from the IPO be used for?
Okay, we've raised $20 million pre-IPO and $34 million at IPO. Battery development is expensive, the machinery is expensive, there's a lot to do. So what we're doing first of all is to optimize the construction of our battery cells, then to scale them to have multi-layer batteries instead of single-layer pouch cells. Then we're putting in a small pilot plant to be able to automate the production of those battery cells and to then have enough to be able to work with product manufacturers to help them test our batteries in their products and show the benefits. And then finally, we've got a new composite material called Li nanomesh, which is applicable far beyond just lithium sulfur batteries to other battery types as well. So we're accelerating the development and commercialization of that particular composite because it can deliver benefits to all sorts of batteries, not just lithium sulfur.
Why is there importance in the lithium sulfur space nowadays?
Lithium sulfur batteries, when you look at lithium ion batteries, they've done an amazing job over the last 20 years. And the problem though is they're reaching their maximum theoretical energy capacity. They just cannot, physics and chemistry don't allow them to get stronger, don't allow them to get more energy dense. And that's a problem as we're trying to go to a cleaner, greener planet. We have to get rid of fossil fuels, we have to electrify. But in order to do that, we need a better battery than lithium ion. And so that's why lithium sulfur is such an important chemistry and such an important science that we need to commercialize and deliver to the market in time to be able to reduce the climate change and reduce the weight of the batteries. For example, in Teslas, they weigh 625 kilos. We need to get that weight down, we need to get that energy up, and we need to get the range going a lot longer. So that's why lithium sulfur is important.
What kind of use do LiS Energy batteries have in the world?
LiS Energy batteries are extremely lightweight and they're extremely energy dense. So whenever a device has to carry the weight of the battery and use the battery's power to carry that weight, that's where LiS batteries are really important. So aviation, drones, EVs of all types, from scooters to cars to trucks. These are the areas where the battery carries itself with its own power. And what this allows us to do is get longer range on the EVs, twice the range or more, gets drones flying twice as far, gets all these devices able to perform a lot better. We're not aiming at grid storage or areas where heavy batteries are fine, where they don't move. What we're looking at is those mobile applications that are critically important.
There has been a global shift towards green energy and a green future, as we mentioned, especially with China recently capping its steel production to meet decarbonised targets. Which market is a key target for LiS Energy?
We do have a global market, and if you look at those really important market sectors I've just mentioned, they're global players, whether it's an American car company, a European car company, an Asian car company. They all need the same thing. So really our focus is less about what geography we're aiming at and more about what market sector we're aiming at. And that's really the key thing, that the drone market, aviation, EVs, those are the key ones for us right now.
Well, thank you so much for your time today, Dr. Lee Finniear. We're excited to see where and how big LiS Energy can grow.
Thank you so much, Grady. It's great to be on the show and be happy to be back anytime.